very tailored to, there are many things that we could focus on. This is going to get us a lot of bang for our buck, and this is where we're going to see a lot of improvement, so let's go with this. And then in structuring the day to value those things, it's almost like, you know, ultimately your systems and your structure should support what you value. And if you value the check-ins and the feedback, then you've got to make time for that, because it'll get lost in the shuffle.
I mean, and there, you know, we generally have morning meetings and things like that. It's like literally let's just like plug some of that stuff in there, just not having haphazardly. Okay. So it's just literally that little bitty like sentence at the top.
Sorry, where are we? We're on handout number 4, thinking through the steps. And so now, like, you are the scenario, and you should think through a couple of different examples for how you would better internalize the vision. How would you check reality? How would you, you know, do a reactive or proactive action? And then we'll talk about it.
An SD, one outcome.
You also feel free to do like 2 or 3 in each section, because then we'll share out and we can probably bounce them on you back.
Lovely, yeah. Maybe a little more. Yeah. Okay. So, like any example, you don't want to learn more about segments when you want to talk about it. I feel like an example is there here. If I wanted to be very clear about that's what it's like, and the reason I think the reason wrong is having her I want to see what it looks like, have a conversation, you know, a conversation.
Are y'all ready to share out in your time?
Do we do them all or just the vision?
And you can just spend a few seconds on each one,
Okay.
and then we'll share out. wherever you are, and it'll be fine because we're going to shout on all of them. So. Let's actually go ahead and start sharing out. One thing I think is of note is that this is like a real vision for us as a team, and we'll talk a little bit more about this on your first SD call. We're about to deep dive into the observation debrief cycle. But one of like my big focuses and Lauren's big focuses here is to make sure that CMAs are executing that such that core members are able to really do those next steps and we can see them improve in their classrooms like much quicker. So given that, like, I'm just interested to hear from you, like, what are some ways that you see yourself as a school director making sure that you set and internalize that vision?
I think like my perspective is a little different. Just because I'm like, oh, teacher support and development has these videos that I can access that then evaluate co-investigations that measure investment, core member investment, comprehension, like core member CID, things like that. So I'm like, oh, I want to watch like strong investment videos. So I feel like that's like a real tool to see like what was the CM saying that made them feel invested, and what was like the PD or the CMA doing.
And I think thinking, I mean, I just end up thinking back to like previous, like what's worked in the past and stuff like that, like what it became. I end up thinking about last summer, I know some of the things that worked for me, like gathering that information from other people and sort of saying what are best practices and other things like that.
And I think like thinking strategically, going back to like when you're getting data, like what is evidence that someone is invested? So how can you walk into a room or like a lesson plan or something and see that yes, this core member is invested in next section or they're not invested?
Right. There's probably a step of like defining that. Like for me, what does that mean? And then for my staff member, this is what I want to see from your core members. And then they need to figure out like how are they going to get there. Because that's not necessarily something that they're going to, be enacting. So
I think also like drawing examples or I guess in a way casting like a wide web of like what are the various actions that not just what will be your personal actions, but what are the different ways actions can look like when you're seeing someone who's invested, and understanding the difference between actions and attitudes. And I guess I just can't stress enough, like taking the definition away from just how you operate, because oftentimes what we want to see is a reflection of kind of like how we see what it means for us when we are invested, and that may not be necessarily mirrored in somebody else, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. So opening up that definition and seeing what are the various definitions that can exist for investment, for having an attitude or behaviors that show investment.
Like, I don't know, I would feel like having like a survey of some sort where like you can measure sort of like across the board, like people might respond differently or look invested in a different way, but like if they strongly agree that they're invested, like, and they took the next steps, then like that's a good indicator.
And I think that falls as well into the next part, like what else to take back to the invested, because I think that can lead to a point where there's a disconnect sometimes. Like a core member can really want to improve on something, but if it's not concrete and actionable, or they don't have the knowledge or the skills to follow through on that step, they're not able to do so.
I also think like comprehension of the conversation like has to come before someone's invested. So like I as a core member have to understand why we got to these next steps, so that